So hello, it is Diana Marchand, founder of Raw Foods Made Simple. I make healthy eating simple for busy women. And it is How To Thursday. So what we are dealing with today in How To Thursday is buckwheat. It's going to be a cooked recipe, this one is anyways, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about buckwheat also. So what we're going to do today is buckwheat is, for those who haven't tried it, I sprouted this. So I have a video on YouTube how to sprout it, and you can also find out some things, and I might write it on my blog, okay? So this is sprouted buckwheat sitting in there right now. It's gluten-free, that's why I love it. It has high in protein, it's less starchy. It's just so good, it's a seed actually. So I started with, we're going to saute some things. In here is a bit of oil, and I am just going to start, of course, like I always do, with some garlic and onion. Because I love, I'm not a fan of raw garlic, but I do like cooked garlic. And you know, the weather's just been kind of, well, we're lucky here where I live. I tell you, we have the best weather in Canada, and now probably in the United States, the way how crazy. The weather's been all over the world. So I thought you guys might like a warm recipe this week. So I'm just chopping up some garlic, putting it in the pan, and then I got a green onion. You can use regular onion, that's fine. I just happen to have a green onion and I love them. So I'm just cutting up some green onion. Now this is going to be small. Of course, if you're making a bigger recipe, make it bigger. I'm not measuring. Okay, so now I'm just putting my chopped green onion into here. And as you can hear, the burner's on. So it's going to saute. Turn up a bit. Because of the time-wise, I'm not going to be able to cook it as much as I might usually. Okay, so this is for demonstration purposes. So we have of course, it smells so good, the onion and garlic. Oh, love that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is prepare. I have carrots, celery, and broccoli. Now you can put bell peppers in here, you can put mushrooms in here. It's like a stir fry. That's what we're doing. You can use the buckwheat like you would rice. So, a trick I also wanted to say is that, so I have this buckwheat sitting in my fridge. And that's why I decided to do this video, because I'm like, oh, I got to use my buckwheat. But I've also done, this is my handy tool, guys. See, it's shredding it really nice and thin, the carrots. I love this little sucker. Anyways, so I've had buckwheat in my fridge for quite a few days now. But sometimes I just soak and sprout a whole bunch of it, and then you can use it as a breakfast cereal. So once it's sprouted, rinsed, and all that, you can add like raisins, cinnamon, bananas, some berries, whatever, a little bit of sweetener, and some almond milk if you want, and make it into a really great breakfast. You can heat it up or eat it cold too, like that. But also, you can dehydrate it. And here I have some, they're called buckwheat crispies. When you dehydrate the sprout of buckwheat, they get really crispy. It's almost like a crispy cereal. Love it this way. And then you can also rehydrate it again if you want to use it. I also, if you've seen my video, if you haven't yet, you should check it out, for the gluten-free wrap made of buckwheat. It's like kind of like a crepe, and that is made with sprouted buckwheat too. So you can actually have sprouted buckwheat in your fridge, and then just figure out ways of using it during the week. That's why I'm showing you this, because you can use it like rice in a stir fry, right? So I've got the carrots I'm going to put into there. And carrots, of course, when they're cut thin like this, they cook faster, right? That's why I used my little tool. Just love this little tool. And then I'm going to add some celery. I like crunch. And like I said, you can add any veggies you want, just like you would for a stir fry, right? And then, of course, I love broccoli. Love, love, love broccoli. Can't get enough broccoli. So there's some broccoli. Actually, some of you who have been following me for a while might know that I did my blood type testing a little while ago. And so I'm blood type A, meant to be a vegetarian. I could have known that. But what was really powerful was finding out what foods are right for my blood type. And some of you may believe in this or not, but I stopped eating some of the foods that said weren't that right for my blood type, and congestion disappeared. Like I was getting all this congestion for some reason, and I eat really healthy. But unfortunately, one was apples, mangoes, which I love. I love apples. Anyway, so I stopped eating those a lot. Stopped eating a lot of them anyways. Cut it way back. There are certain things that I took out of my diet, And one thing I can have is broccoli, so I've been having a lot of broccoli and buckwheat. So I've been having a lot of that. So sometimes you find out things that aren't really good for you, even though they're good foods, for your body for some reason may not be able to handle them as well, which is really important. Still lots I can eat, of course, but yeah, anyways. So now I'm just adding a little bit of water to the pan, because what I'm going to do, I have the temperature a little low. So now I have the ingredients in here, and it's sauteing. So I'm just going to cover it a bit because I added some water, because you want your broccoli to kind of saute, steam a little bit, cook a little bit more, right? So I just cover it up like that. And that's it. And then I'm going to add, I love adding greens. You know I love my greens. Kale, a bunch of kale. You can use arugula, you can use, collards are great. You can use Swiss chard. I'm just chopping my kale up. So I bunch it in my hand really tight, and then I just chop it small. Kale is so fibrous, so I'm just chopping it into thin strips basically. I'm just going through it a couple times just to chop it up smaller. I have a mess here, let me tell you. Okay, so then I'm just going to add this near the end, right? And I also wanted to show you some crackers that I made the other day. Just real quick, so I didn't cut them all beautiful. But here are some buckwheat, chia, sesame seed, cilantro crackers that have a bit of chili powder in them. These are really good. So anyways, of course, I had this buckwheat, so I wanted to do something else with the buckwheat, so I made dehydrated crackers. So there's so many things you can do with buckwheat. If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest you guys get to eating buckwheat, for sure. Because it is, it's great for you. It's like, it doesn't leave you feeling heavy, stuffed. It doesn't deplete my energy anyways. It's good for me, but... Okay, this is looking fabulous. Okay. Now, I also had a little bit of black beans in my fridge left over, so you can also add black beans to this or other things you might have in your fridge, right? Now, the way to eat this. Well, you can add some coconut oil, and usually I do. I forgot to bring it over here, so I would just pour some in a bowl, pour some of my, this mixture in a bowl. I'm just going to shut this off for now. And then, funny, what tastes good with it is actually a little bit of lemon juice. Oh, I forgot I can't believe this. I forgot the buckwheat. Oh my good God. Buckwheat. Jeez, you guys, really. Okay, add the buckwheat. This is crazy. Okay, pretend I added the buckwheat earlier and we heated it all up. Oh my goodness. So you heat the buckwheat up just like you would cooked rice, right? And so I would have the lid on it too, as steaming, same time as I put it in the broccoli and stuff. So it's cooked already. You're just warming it up. And then once you got it done there, you add a little bit of lemon juice and some tamari. This is some gluten-free tamari that I have, or you can use Bragg's, whatever you want to use, and go to taste. So I start with a little and then add. And that is it. So this is a fast, easy way to make a completely, really healthy, vibrant stir-fry for lunch or supper or whatever you want to have it for. Even for breakfast, I love this, like late morning. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. And if you haven't signed up for my smoothies challenge, do so on my site, rawfoodsmadesimple.com. I also have a couple programs starting soon. So anyway, see you in my next video.